Let's get things rolling with some highlights from a really entertaining night. We were talking championship because it was down to Jett Lawrence and Cooper Webb. How would it play out between these two stars of the premier class?
Man, Jett Lawrence coming out of that gate like a rocket. Then the number one of Chase Sexton getting a great start as well, and he lays it down in the first corner. That was a tricky first corner because the dirt was so loose.
It was Hunter Lawrence out in front aboard the 96. And here's again a look at Sexton's front end washing out, and Malcolm Stewart got jammed in that as well.
And Malcolm Stewart and Chase Sexton had a really good comeback.
Eli Tomac was on the charge early, getting by teammate Justin Cooper. And was looking good until this, RC.
Yeah, he initiates the corner. Watch, he's going to lean the bike over, and as he starts to do that, starts to lose grip going up the face of the jump, and then when the bike unloads, suspension unloads when he goes over that jump, that's when he loses a lot of traction.
So he began the catch-up mode. So Hunter Lawrence led his little bro for quite some time and was, you know, considering he has one 450 Premier Class podium, he was looking at his first win until that moment there where younger brother Jett said, okay, I'm not going to follow you anymore, I'm going for the lead.
Well, I think that Hunter led for over half the race, close to it.
Chase Sexton had a remarkable comeback, as Ricky said earlier, aboard the one, and he went for the move on Cooper Webb, got by him, but it was short-lived. Check this out.
Yeah, I mean, it was really shiny right there in that corner, and if you lean too much in the wrong spot, that's going to happen, as slippery as it is, or it's shiny. Watch, Malcolm's going to come around the outside, rail this corner like a slot car, and just asks too much out of those tires, and it was a great effort, and Malcolm was fast, all good. I feel like that's the best he's ridden all season long.
Yeah, he was on it for sure. Jett Lawrence had a quick look to see where his brother was. Checkered flag out for his 8th victory of his rookie season. Incredible win, and that's the second time this year he's won 3 in a row. It was a wounded Cooper Webb in pain, came across, didn't even do the last jump. Look, rolls the finish jump. He did everything he could just to get to that point. That was a mighty performance from him to keep the championship alive, even though he knows that it's a tough one next weekend. And the Lawrence brothers, the first in the Premier Class to get a brotherly 1-2. Has happened in Pro Motocross, but that was the first time in Monster Energy AMA Supercross. And Jason Anderson, another solid performance to get back-to-back podiums in as many races. So a really cool result for the Kawasaki man, but it was a Honda 1-2. Jett and Hunter Lawrence, that's the stuff of dreams, mate.
Oh, I mean, it's just absolutely incredible. What a cool story that is. And Anderson rode well tonight, too. Barsha, loved seeing Barsha. He's put in several good rides here the last few weeks as well.
Dylan Ferrandis coming via the LCQ, winning that and finishing inside the top 10, so that was a good result. Adam Cianciarillo in the top 15. AC has one race left.
I bet he's going to be excited after that last lap at Salt Lake City.
All right, speaking of Salt Lake City, this is the point scenario heading to the championship finale. Jett Lawrence boasts a 20-point advantage. So, as it stands, Jett wins, Cooper third or worse at Salt Lake City, of course, because he's got that massive advantage. So it was a fun night here in Denver, folks. Hi, Leigh, Diffey, and the GOAT, Ricky Carmichael. What's your overall takeaway? Just Jett really composed.
Yeah, Jett really composed and really turning it on when he needed to. And I go back to 2 weeks ago when the points were tied up and he just started making it happen. His back was against the wall. He performed. Go back to last week in the main event when he needed to get a good start after the horrible start in the heat race. Boom, he answers the bell. Here tonight, boom, he gets a good start in the main event. 2 good starts here tonight, doing what he has to do in pressure moments. And so that's what I take away here from tonight. But as a season, just incredible. And just how he's rebounded from mistakes, not making the same mistake twice. And he's something special for sure.
Talking about a rebound, we have to talk about Eli Tomac being here in his home state. This is where his championship ended last year. He had all that time away from the bike, but coming back, and the news in recent days that he will do the Pro Motocross Championship and do the SMX playoffs and the World Championship race. And is contemplating next year as well. That's great news.
Oh, I love it. I think it's absolutely fantastic, and I think that he'll get better. You know, he took so much time off, and his off season there wasn't a lot of preparation. He didn't get on the bike to what, mid-October? It's so hard to play catch up like that, and then probably wasn't feeling comfortable at the beginning of the series. He's gotten better and better. Was off tonight. Something was going wrong. I think he hurt his hand a little bit. Hopefully it's nothing too crazy, but I think he's going to continue to get better and better, and that would be awesome if he could have a good motocross season and then good SMX playoffs and World Championship round also at the final one in Vegas. I think that if he has a good off season, he'll be even stronger next year.
Well, it was a huge and historic night for the Lawrence family. Will Christien has more.
What a night for the Lawrence family in all. I mean, incredible night for Honda, but an amazing night for the family. Desi, I'm going to start with you. We've heard from the boys already. I'm going to start with you. Yeah. You're looking on and you're seeing you guys in 1-2, and then they switched it around. After all the work that has gone in, we've documented your story, talked about it a lot, wherever you guys have come from. In that moment, what's going through your head? What's going through your head? Focusing. What's going through your head as a dad?
Just unbelievably proud, you know, that we came from where we came from and just never gave up, just kept working and just didn't quit, and just unreal feeling as a dad. The boys just, yeah, they just knuckled in and just kept on working, you know. So that's to kids at home and families at home, just never give up. Never give up. So no, proud of my boys, absolute Lionhearts.
You were the one who got to be out there in front first, Hunter. You know that your brother's there. You know your dad's watching, and you know what's on the line here and what you're making history as you go there. So you're focusing on the race at that moment. Are you letting all those thoughts come in?
Yeah, there's after lap 1, there's still 19 minutes to go, so there's a lot to focus on. A lot of race to happen, but yeah, even still with 2 laps to go, just focusing to get across the line. And yeah, it was cool to lead, obviously. Cool then to come 1-2 with both brothers. That's never been done before in the Premier class. So pretty awesome night. Big night for Jett on the points. Yeah, I mean, just stoked.
Stoked for you. And Jett, speaking of the points there, you had to be tussling it up in your head and going, all right, you got Hunter there potentially for his first 450 win, but you got points you got to fight for as well. Is there any point there where you were thinking, maybe this should just be Hunter's tonight?
Yeah, it definitely crossed my mind kind of probably around halfway, and I was still behind him. It was it crossed my mind like, oh, because I could see Cooper was pretty far back. I'm like, oh, how far back is he? I'm like, I want to get past just to have a little extra bigger cushion, but then again not. But I'm like, oh, I would like to have the extra points for the last one, sadly enough. But no, Hunter's riding great, and I think if it was any other night, I think I wouldn't have tried to having a push and passing him. But he had to make me step it up a gear and go. So no, it was an awesome night. It felt like a practice day, and it's awesome to see because it hasn't been the smoothest year for Hunter, with missing a few rounds and that stuff and some bad luck. So to finally see this and see what we see during the week is awesome. It makes as a brother just even more happy.
Well, you guys are at the very top of your sport, and there you are as 2 brothers sitting at the very top of the race in the top of your sport. Incredible. Dazzy, congratulations. Good job.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
a very proud parental moment and a terrific family moment. Look, riders, these athletes come from all over the world. They come to Monster Energy AMA Supercross and the Super Motocross World Championships from all over the globe. And this family has come from a long way. They come from my home state in Australia. I know exactly how far they've come from. So, I mean, you've seen families come and go in this sport. This is a really special story.
Well, it is special. And just think of how easy it could have went wrong for them, for all that they sacrificed. There's never any guarantee. But those boys stuck to their roots, and I go back to why I still think they're doing so well, and they will always continue to go well, because they know what it was like to not have anything, and they don't want to experience that. I know that for a fact from them, and that'll be their story to tell someday. But I feel like that's one of the biggest reasons they do so well, is because they don't ever want to live that life again.
It was good to hear from Jett too, that when I said, oh, he's not going to pass his brother, he said, I did think about that, but I wanted more points, so that's why I passed him. They did it on a track that had some serious ruts. It got very, very hard and was pretty challenging, and with more on that, here's JT.
I'm standing in the whoop section. that was one of the most difficult that we've seen in this entire 2024 Monster Energy Supercross Championship. And the level of difficulty got ratcheted up because you see the rut that formed, and this was formed by riders jumping. They were doubling all the way through the session. You saw riders like Cooper Webb, Justin Cooper, resorting to that line. Now, what Jett Lawrence was doing was he wanted to blitz because it was so much faster. Now, the challenge was he had to blitz in about a 6-inch window. And you think about how wide his tire is, how small the margin of error was, and he was touching this edge there, touching the edge here, and then finally, this is the first whoop that he was on, touching the edge here. Now, what that does is it doesn't leave you any room, because if you fall down into that rut, you start going side to side, and every so often we saw both Jett Lawrence and Hunter Lawrence side to side, and that's because the rear tire was falling into that rut. So when you're talking about racing at this level, there's such a small margin for error, and the level of difficulty is so high because they're literally hitting a 6-inch window each and every lap. But that is the difference between winning and losing. They were making up time each and every lap here by choosing to take the line that nobody else would.
Hi folks, Leigh Diffey from NBC Sports here. If you truly enjoyed what you just watched, you can get more news, interviews, and highlights by subscribing to the Motorsports on NBC YouTube page. You can get it all, so go for it.